Hi, Renana. Thank you for talking. Do you want to just tell me what happened on Saturday?
Saturday morning, it was the weekend that my boys were with their father, Yaniv's brother, my ex-husband. Since we're living on the same kibbutz, which is, we have two houses, but we're only a few hundred meters away, the two houses. And the boys are 12 and 16. They were sleeping at my place. This was the normal situation for us. And at 6:30 in the morning, we've had red alerts all over the settlements on the Gaza border. I was on another kibbutz nearby, 15 minutes drive. I called them to see that they were in the safe room, which is the eldest bedroom. It's his safe place on a daily basis. And I just wanted to make sure that my youngest was joining him there. And as I found out that they were there, I just stayed on the line with them every couple of minutes to see that they were okay. At about 8 o'clock, they started saying that they're hearing gunshots outside the room, outside the house. And I started getting texts from other members of the community saying that there's terrorists walking outside, trying to break into houses. About half an hour later, I can't remember the times, they called me and said that Yannick's brother called and said that he was shot and they need help. So I started trying to find help to send him, but no one could go there. And then they said they hear someone breaking into the door and walking in the house. 10 minutes later, they were all whispering, and I just asked them to stay quiet. And they were in the safe room the whole time. About 10 minutes later, I heard people speaking in Arabic outside the door. The door opened, and I could hear my youngest saying, "Don't take me, I'm too young." And that was the last time I had with them. That's it. Those barbarians took kids out of their houses and out of their beds and just kidnapped them, keeping them hostage. It's been 3 days and 3 nights, and I've heard nothing. Don't know if they're eating. I don't know if they're sleeping. I don't know anything about them. I do know that even if they're physically fine, they'll be hurt. This is not something that any child should ever have to experience anywhere in the world. Not in Gaza, not in Israel, not anywhere.
Nor any mother.
I'm willing to suffer anything. I'm willing to suffer anything, but I don't need them to suffer. No mother should be experiencing that. Not here and not in the Gaza Strip. I always tell my kids when we're shot at missiles that we should be sympathetic to the kids on the Gaza Strip, because their life is much worse than mine and theirs. They have safe rooms, they have clothes, they have good education, they're living in a good country. They should be sympathetic to the children across the border. We raise our children by those morals. I'm not sure they have morals at all. Not anymore.
I can only imagine what you're going through. I can't imagine what you're going through. Your children were in a safe room. They were living in the house that you live with them. What do you want the government to do now? What do you want?
I want it to be first priority. I want my children home. All the people, there are hundreds of people, civilians, held hostage in the Gaza Strip. I want them back home. They are not part of this game. War has rules. This is against the rules. They're not soldiers. They're not play cards. They should be home at their beds with their mother. And that's true to all mothers and all children and all elderly people and all disabled people they took. And they took.
You found out about your children being taken in the most difficult, most brutal way possible by hearing it happen. Have you had any other sort of communication or confirmation or contact from anyone?
I had a visit or a call from the army who took over. They don't usually deal with negotiating or dealing with civilians, but now that there isn't anyone who can deal with such a situation, so the army took over. They visited and asked me questions, but all that they could do is confirm the information I gave them and Yaniv gave them. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting. And the only thing I want is the world to get Palestinians to release those people, to let the Red Cross get in,
Take them back.
have a ceasefire for a few hours, get these people out. This is what the Red Cross is for, and this is, basic rules of war. And I don't care how many prisoners they get. It doesn't matter. They're all terrorists anyway. They can have them. They can have all prisoners. Doesn't matter whether there's another 1,000 or not.
Israel's been striking Gaza quite hard the last day or two. And you'll have seen yesterday the threat from Hamas that they were going to take vengeance on the hostages for every airstrike that Israel carried out without warning. That, I imagine, must have been very difficult to hear.
Did you just hear what you just said? Israel usually gives warnings to let children and women before they do it. I don't believe them. I don't believe in what they're saying. They can threaten me as much as they want. I don't believe them. I do believe they should be warned. I don't think women and children, not here nor the Gaza Strip, should be suffering. But they just brought it on themselves now. What I want is my children to be out. The only thing I'm worried about with these bombings is that my children are there. My children and their father and his girlfriend are there. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's the only worry I have regarding those bombings. We warn them. We give them warnings. This is what the morals that we stand for.
I wonder if you heard the reports about the threats that Hamas are making.
To be killing hostages. I think the hostages are, as far as they're concerned, is like having gold. I don't think they even plan to have so much gold in their hands. And I don't think you're giving away gold for free. I think it's, I'm sorry, but I think they know as well as we do that alive and well is worth more in Israel. In Israeli terms, maybe not in their terms, but in our terms, alive and well means more prisoners. So they will keep them alive and well. And I'm pretty sure that even those barbarians have some emotional, so in some way they see children and women and babies differently. I do hope they do.
You said you raised your children to be sympathetic towards the Palestinians, towards the situation in Gaza. How do you feel now? What's changed for you?
I can't really say, it's going to take me time to reconsider my political views. I think most people who live on the Gaza border, which is quite an upset, believed in peace and believed in good neighborhood. and believed in having them getting work permits and coming into work and, you know, just being good neighbors. And I'm not, I doubt if that's going to be my opinion in the future. I doubt it. They've left nothing. We've got no houses to go back to. Not that it matters anyway. They burnt everything and ruined everything and broke everything and stole everything, just like animals. This is not how humans treat each other. Don't matter what. A border is between countries, not between people. Oh, that's what I thought until 3 days ago.
Where are you staying now?
We were evacuated to a hotel in Eilat. And all I can think about is how much they would have loved to be here. How much they wanted to get out of there. I was with them in Eilat just a few weeks ago on a family vacation. And it's very difficult to be here in this beautiful scenery without them and far away. But as I said, we have no place to be in. And I have another daughter to take care of when she's here.
How old's your daughter?
So I'm here with her.
How old's your daughter?
My daughter's 21.
I was going to ask what's keeping you going, but I imagine she's a big part of that.
She's a big part of it, and the hope that they're still alive and well and will come back to me. That's what's keeping me going.
It's the only thing we need to get them back safe, back home.
Of course. Renana, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Don't know what to say.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, Renana.
Keep in touch, and I hope you'll be back with your children really soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Bye.